Hello students, I welcome you all back. Clear? So, as a part of our previous session, we have discussed the basic introduction. What we are going to do as a particular paper 2 module. So, in these videos, from today onwards, we are going to begin with the most important area. In fact, one of the scoring area of each and every one of yours, the highest weightage area in our paper 2, that is the essay part. Okay? Remember one thing, guys. Whenever I am training you for an essay, this is going to be a very beginning. In a very slow, steady manner, I am going to train you in the beginning. Later on, I'll be increasing my speed. So gradually, the speed does increase. Okay. So kindly cope up with me. Your entire focus, your entire attention, your entire dedication should be towards me. No deviation, no depression, no side effects, nothing is going to be. Just enjoy the videos, and also do simultaneously take all the key points whatever I am trying to convey in this particular lectures. Okay, so it is just like, take it like a descriptive area. See, since it is a descriptive area, don't think it is a dry area. Think of it like something which you are learning in more and more of enthusiasm. So show that passion towards writing, then definitely you're gonna enjoy these sessions. Okay, now see, essay. You people might have written an essay in your academics also. Maybe in your school, maybe in your college, maybe somewhere else. But the essay which you have written in your academics will be very, very different. Will be very, very, very different from that essay which you are going to write for UPSC. Okay. Why I am saying this, just try to understand. In your academics, you would be writing an essay on a particular topic. But in UPSC, you will be writing an essay on a particular title. Huh? Try to understand. See, when I say in your schooling, you will be writing an essay maybe in the lines or else maybe in the points. The teacher does not care. The teacher is only going to give you certain scores. But coming to UPSC, no, you will be writing it in the very, very beautiful paragraphs. It is just like a content presentation. Whatever the content you are aware of, whatever the content you are knowing, that should be presented in a reasonable manner. That is what we do in UPSC SS. You people would be writing an essay on Gandhi, yes or no? You people would be writing an essay on Subhash Chandra Bose. But that is different from what we are going to take in UPSC. Say for example, in your schooling, directly Gandhi was the title. Directly Gandhi was the topic. Anything you remember about Gandhi, you can write. But in UPSC, they stress more upon the personality. Briefly elaborate the concept of do or die of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so that is how we will have to differentiate. It is not a basic one which you were presenting in your schooling, but it is a standard one. We need to follow certain guidelines. We need to follow certain procedures. We need to follow certain word limits. We need to follow certain approaches before we present. And that is the reason UPSC will be a different examination. Don't think it is difficult. Again I say, it is not difficult, rather it is different. Okay. So I am considering each and every one of you as the beginner, as a fresher, you don't know anything about writing, and I am beginning this session. Okay, this is the disclaimer I am giving you at the very inside. One more thing, see guys, whenever I speak about the essay as a whole, in your CAPF examination, which you are all targeting on August 8, 2021. You have a standard procedure. That is, you are going to get a total of 6 essays, out of which you should answer 4. Okay? You are going to be given a total of 6 essays in which you will be answering 4. And each essay, the word limit that is prescribed by UPSC is 300 words. The word limit mentioned by Union Public Service Commission is 300 words. Meaning is that you can, out of 300 words, you can reach either 300. At the same time, UPSC does also accept for plus or minus 10%. UPSC do accept for plus or minus 10%. That is, you can write an essay for 270 words also. With that, you can also write an essay for 330 words also. Plus or minus 10% is the upper and the lower limit prescribed by UPSC. So initially only I am giving this insight. So keeping word limit in mind, second thing which I want each and every one of you to keep in mind is the handwriting. Which should at least be understandable. Okay. See, we have got a very good amount of time to improve our handwritings. Okay, guys. So, take it as a challenge and do increase your level of presentation, your empathy or your passion towards the handwriting. Because though you have a good content, though you have a good knowledge, though you have a good presentation, but ultimately, if you are unable to have a good handwriting, then anything, any good content, any good knowledge is not going to work out. Okay, so that is another insight which I would like to make sure at the very beginning, at the very insight itself. Clear, guys? So, first thing is I want you to take care of the word limit, and the second thing is I want each and every one of you to take care of the handwriting as well. So we will be proceeding further. Okay, now see. When I say an essay, basically essay will be having 3 basic parts. First part is known as something what we call it as an introduction, to be followed by the second part what we call it as the main body, and the third part is something what we call it as the conclusion. Okay. Essay will be having 3 parts: introduction, main body, and the conclusion. Okay. So what I want you people to divide, it's my personal recommendation, it's my personal training, what I do for the students from the past few years. I want each and every one of you to utilize or to take the use of one paragraph which will be the best paragraph of yours. Okay. The first paragraph you will be going for the introduction, the second paragraph and another paragraph in connection. For the main body, first paragraph, and the main body, second paragraph. And the last one will be your conclusive paragraph. Clear? So, this is the basic broad idea how I want each and every one of you to present. Here again, you may differ, like introduction 1 paragraph, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This can be also presentation, meaning 1 paragraph for the introduction, paragraph 2, paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. This is our main body, and paragraph 5 which will be our conclusion. Yes, that is also a good presentation. But since the word limit is 300 words, if you are going for this particular division, Rather than looking like a paragraph, it looked like a point. Small pointer, small paragraph will look more like a pointers as such. That's the reason be comfortable in presentation with this particular framework. Okay, so guys, I am going to train you separately on how to write an introduction, how to write a main body, and also how to write a conclusion. Okay, first of all, see, you will have to understand one basic factor or one basic point here itself is that why does introduction play a very important role or a vital role? Listen. Whenever I say we are going to begin with an introduction, I am going to train you for the introduction, there is a reason behind. The reason is that you people know that first impression is the best impression. First impression will always be the best impression. You are also known that you are going to be given a total of 6 titles. Clear? And you are also aware that these 6 titles will be from 6 different dimensions, 6 different spheres, 6 different sections. Okay. Say for example, I give you a title like, suppose I give you a title like 3 farm bill, 3 farm bills. Is it beneficial for farmers? A very simple title I have given you. 3 farm bills, okay? This is the core of the title. Is it beneficial for the farmers? Okay. So here the examiner is asking from you the opinion. Huh? He is asking you, is it beneficial? He is asking from you, is it beneficial for the farmers? Now, what people usually does a mistake, I am coming to that point. When we write an introduction, they will be directly writing, some people, basically, who does not have any proper frameworking. What they do? Yes, it is beneficial. Or some people who are lacking, who are against this particular statement, they say, no, it is not beneficial. That is not a proper understanding of the statement. See, your statement was basically comprising of 2 different parts. One is 3 farm bills, and the other is it beneficial? That's the reason we require a framework. I'm getting this point very clear. We need to be more attentive while reading the statement. We need to be more and more enthusiastic while reading the statement. First of all, address one part of the statement, later on address the other part. Or else, you can also simultaneously address both together. Okay guys, but one thing which I would like to make it very clear at the beginning is, whenever you write an introduction or whenever you write an essay, be very careful with region, religion, caste, politics. Be very careful. Never ever make sure that you will not be conveying your opinion on a particular region, on a particular religion, on a particular caste, on a particular politics. The examiner should never know that you are supporting one or the other political party or one or the other political ideology. The examiner should never feel you belong to a caste, so you do support a caste. The examiner should never feel you belong to a religion, so you do support a religion. The examiner should never feel you belong to a particular region and so you does support a particular region. Be very careful with this. That's the reason I'm going to give you at the very beginning itself. Here, though examiner asked you, is it beneficial? But there is certain sense to present that particular statement. I'll explain you. See, whenever you write an introduction, certain key points are to be remembered, are to be kept in mind. They are, first of all, explain a statement or a particular title that is given. I'll tell you how. Later on, in fact, before this also, go for a better quotation or a quote. If you are like beginning an essay with a quote, that is going to give you a very greater weightage or a very greater impact to the examiner as well. Okay. After the explanation of the statement, you will be going for an announcement. I'll explain you what. Later on, you will be going for certain point of elaborations. Later on, you will be coming across with giving several examples or certain fact or certain figures in the regard. Listen. मैंने बोला ये था. What did I say here? First of all, whenever I use the introduction connotation, here I want each and every one of you to begin with a particular quotation. Whatever, say for example, if suppose I am given a title like Clean India is the need of the hour. I've given the title called Clean India is the need of the hour. I want you to, first of all, keep the words in mind. क्या बोला? Quote, explanation, announcement, elaboration, and example. They are the key pillars, or they are the key points which each and every one of you should remember while writing an introduction for any particular statement. Listen, see. What did I say here? Clean India is the need of the hour. Okay, very important. Clean India is the need of the hour. What is the keyword identify? Keyword क्या है इधर? Clean India is the keyword. Clean India is the keyword. Clean India in the recent times, any mission we have done? Yes, we have done a mission called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We have done a mission called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Okay. Now come across with certain quotation. Any quotation, first of all. In the beginning only, go with a quotation. As Mahatma Gandhi said, it is important for me, cleanliness than independence of India. I'm done. I'm done impressing the examiner. I'm done. I have impressed. Because I have got a quotation in connection with the title. Getting the point very clear. As Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, have said, it is important to me the cleanliness of India than the independence of India. He once said. Okay, listen to me. Now, Clean India initiative is to keep the surroundings, and surroundings that includes public, private, and household clean. Here, what did I do? I have explained the particular statement. Clear, all of you? So here, one more important thing I have said here is announcement. Announcement. What is your stand? What is your opinion? What is your stand on the topic? See, here, announcement can be both direct announcement or else an indirect announcement. Announcement can be either direct or else an indirect announcement. I'll come to that part later, but for time being, just remember, I'll take one more example. See, say for example, I have been taking a title, say like, see, title says, education nowadays. Education nowadays is becoming more of technical connections, technological connection rather than teacher-student interaction. The statement says education is nowadays have become more of technological connection rather than the teacher-student interaction. Meaning, simple. If you understand the statement, education nowadays have become more of online rather than offline. Education nowadays have become more of online pattern rather than the offline pattern. That is what the statement is saying. Okay. Now, when this particular statement is given, again, we need to write any quotation in connection with the education. In connection with the education. Clear, all of you? Like, say, for example, any positive quotation I can use. Investments in education pays you the best returns. I've given the quotation here. Investment in education pays you the best returns. Here again I am impressed. Again I have impressed the examiner because I have addressed the title properly. See guys, one thing I'll just come to make sure to each and every one of you is that whatever the title it may be given to you, whatever the title it may be given to you, but one thing I would like to make it very clear is hit the title. Hit the title in a proper sense. Understand the title properly, do address the title properly. Then you are halfway done. You are halfway done. If you are going with a good possible quotation in the regard, you are always in a upper hand. When you are explaining the statement properly, you are always in the upper hand. Okay. So what we do today is, I'll be giving you certain title. Clear? I just want each and every one of you not to write even the introduction. Even the introduction bhi likho mat aap. But what I want you people to do is just kindly consider any quotation in the regard. Kindly research any quotation in the regard and write the first line explaining the statement. How are you going to explain the statement? I just wanted to know from you. Okay? See, I give you the titles like, see, for example, women empowerment is now achieved in India and worldwide. The title says women empowerment is now achieved in India as well as worldwide. It is a positive statement. Okay, it is a positive statement in regard to the women. So kindly gather a quotation in regard to the women empowerment and try to explain the statement in a 1 or 2 liner. Clear, guys? See, basically, whatever the introduction we are going to write an introduction for 75 words. Our main body, we will be training you to write it for 150 words, and our conclusion will be again for 75 words. This may again differ. If you are going like certainly like 20 words addition in the main body, you will be decreasing that in the conclusion as such. Clear? क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं? Introduction you will be writing 75 words, and when you write an introduction, if you are going with the quotation first, and if you are going for explaining of the statement, then you are going to land with somewhere around 30 words. And it is not necessary, it is not compulsory, it is not necessary, it is not compulsory to write the person who have given the quotation. Basically, some people will be getting confused. Sir, will we have to write to the person also who have given the quotation? Not necessary. But yes, the quotation has to be somewhere in connection with the title. Either you can also create a quote. Getting this point? You can also create the quote. You can also become a poet in your examination hall. But provided it should be somewhere syncing or somewhere in connection with the title as such. Okay. So women empowerment is now seen achieved in India. Another title I'll give you. Digital India in the rural area. Second title I'm giving you, Digital India in the rural areas. I want each and every one of you today to practice these 2 titles. ये 2 titles whatever I have given you, I want each and every one of you to generate several quotes in regard to the Digital India and in regard to the women empowerment. I want each and every one of you to explain the statements, to explain both the statements, that is first statement 1 as well as the statement 2. Don't write the complete introduction also. In fact, I haven't trained you to write the complete introduction. But just write the first liner of this particular statement. Clear, guys? This is how we are going to train. With the linings, with the introduction separately, with the first part of the introduction, with the quotation and explanation. Later on, other part of the introduction. Later on, I'll be training you framework for main body. I'll be training you on the framework for conclusion. I'll be training you on the complete frameworks, how the complete essay has to be written. Later on, we'll be taking several topics, understanding the topics. I'll be giving you the text of the topic. I'll be giving you some notes about the topic. I'll be giving you how I framed the essay. I'll be giving you how several toppers also have framed the essay as such. Clear? So this is how we are gonna continue in the further sessions as such. So that's all for now. Thank you so much. Keep watching.